What's up, everyone? Glad to be back. Welcome to my channel where I talk about reality, awareness, wisdom, and how to become your best version, create your best life, and peeling all the layers of what we think is true and actually discovering the truth of our reality, how it works, and realizing our true self, that infinite self that we are. So, today's topic is about the law of vibration, frequency, and basically the general knowledge of that everything is energy. Now, this is a huge fundamental basis of who we are. But yet, the law of attraction is more popular than the law of vibration and frequency. That's pretty crazy because without the law of vibration and frequency, you can't attract anything into your life because that is the basis of the law of attraction. So it goes law of vibration and frequency and then law of attraction on top. But, everyone likes to convey the law of attraction, which is very popular because everyone wants what they want now and they don't really care about discovering who they really are, but they just care about discovering about what they want in the physical, material world. But that's only because of their lack of awareness and consciousness. That's why, people like me and many other YouTubers and people doing what they do to help the world become more aware, you will in turn become more aware and know that you are here not just to accumulate wealth and just work your regular job, go to a regular school, and live a normal, mundane life. You're here to evolve, and you're here to step into your power and step and realize that you are a creator, an infinite being beyond this physical world that you've believed is physical for your entire life. Yeah. So you see how there's a lot of levels that we can talk about things in, and that's what I want to start off with. I want to let you know that throughout the world and throughout all the years that humans have existed, is that we have accumulated many levels in describing things physically. So we can talk about the universe, we can talk about the planet, and then we can talk about bodies, then we can talk about organs, cells, molecules, atoms, and matter. But you dive a little deeper and you start to realize that before all that accumulation of description, right, you notice that everything is energy, just pure energy, vibrating at different speeds and sending out a frequency, a vibrational frequency. So that kind of cuts away all the rest. And that's the core of who we are. And that's how you discover who you are. You have to dive deep into, your being. You have to peel all the layers of who you thought you were, all the things you've learned, and you have to go to that extent to realize how everything comes together and who you are as a basis. And that's where quantum physics is helping us out because it's really showing us that literally with complete proof, undeniable proof that we're all energy. And we've relied on science our entire lives to show us what's true and what's not true. But guess what? Just a little hint. There will be a video made on this, but science, one of its main faults is that many people running the science department only are using their logic and their intellect. Basically, just that bundle of memory and experiences that they've gained throughout their entire lives without moving beyond the physical, but staying on the physical and not really touching upon the spiritual. But guess what? Yeah, we're spiritual before we're physical. So you see how that kind of doesn't work out and finding out who you really are because science can only go so far. But I have hope they will realize the true essence of what is out there. And I'm pretty sure many already do, but it's kept in the wraps. So coming back to the topic of this video is that I want you guys to really instill this within yourselves. You have to remember, form your new belief system that's more infinite so you can actually see the fruits of your labor in practice once you start really believing that everything is energy. The wall, the table at its baseline level is energy vibrating at a very high speed. That's why it's so freaking hard. And also, I want you guys to be aware that the frequency that you guys are sending out with your thoughts and emotions is creating the life and that you want. And I talked about this in a previous video, so this one's just going a little more in depth and giving you more clarity. So you remember, so you can ground this knowledge, this wisdom within yourself. this truth of who you are within yourself so you can live your true potential and realize your true self, your infinite self. So, everything is made of energy. And I also want to say that if you're thinking a lot of negative thoughts and you're feeling very negative and depressed, you got to change that because that is what's creating your life. So many people, they think, a little bit of positive, some negative, positive, some negative again. So what happens there? You're really not creating too much in your life, and your thoughts and the seeds that you're planting within your brain are all over the place. They're all over the place. So you really won't achieve what you desire quickly because you're all over the place. You really don't know what's happening and how your reality works. So that's where awareness comes in, your consciousness, how much you're aware of. Because by being aware of all these things within yourself, peeling the onion of all the illusions that are in place, you start to see that
you have the influence to create the life that you want while no one can get in your way. Therefore, shifting from victim mindset to creator mindset. You believe more confidently every day that you are a creator of your reality, that everything is energy, and that your senses, all your senses, your smell, your touch, your hearing, is all a translator for energy. So even though you're not really aware that everything's energy at its baseline level, that's all that you're doing. What you hear is energy, because remember, everything at its base is energy. So that means that every single thing that you thought was physical is complete energy, and that gives way to thinking and contemplating that by more and more people being aware that everything is energy. Now, what happens, since all of us are interconnected and have the power to manifest our reality with our thoughts and emotions, what will happen when the majority of the world becomes aware that they're energy? What will they be capable of by knowing this? Crystals. A lot of people like using crystals. Crystals are emitting a specific energetic frequency. Therefore, many people use them to heal certain aspects of who they are. Because energy, the energy meridians within your body, chakras, these are all energy centers. So you see that we are influenced all by energy. So if you're not aware of it, then you're living a unaware, oblivious lifestyle. You're living in a lie. You're living in an illusion. Now, who wants to live in an illusion? I don't. And hopefully you don't, because you're watching this video. So therefore, become aware of that. And therefore, for example, since all your senses translate vibration, what happens when you begin to open your extrasensory sense, your third eye? Then you will be able to see that now you can perceive energy. Before you couldn't, but now you can. You can see the energetic outline of the body. You can begin to start to feel the energy within the palms of your hands, coming out of your body, the way you feel, the way you think. And by the way, feel free to search up energy healing, something that I will be making available for anybody that's interested in healing themselves. I'm a healer, I'm an energy healer. I went to go do the practice. I planted that seed within my mind, it grew. So just putting that out there, that every single one of you are energy healers. That means that all of you have the capability, to be aware of the energies that are flowing through you, of all the energies. You're aware of this. You can be aware of this. And you can, by practice, evolve this ability within yourself and become a better and better healer. Just by becoming more aware, increasing your levels of consciousness. So, let's see if I have one more thing written down here, because I want you guys to really be aware of this in your daily lives, because that is key. I also want you to imagine this. Most people aren't aware of every single thought that goes through their mind. So, just imagine every single thought, you're sending it out, and it's just going. Kind of like a radio, station, the radio towers, how they send out, radio waves. That's what you're doing all the time. Imagine that. That's what you are. You are a frequency transmitter. A low frequency, high frequency. If your core vibrational frequency is that of negativity, depression, anxiety, anger, don't be surprised if you're experiencing a life full of misery, accidents, because that's what you're attracting. Remember, I told you the baseline of the law of attraction is the law of vibrational frequency. So if you're not aware of that, and you're trying to practice the law of attraction, you're going to be attracting a bunch of things to you that you did not want. And especially if you really aren't aware of it and you're in a bad state of mind and a bad state of being, emotionally, then your life is going to be full of that. And it's going to be completely chaotic. And it's going to feel like it's out of your control. A lot of people feel like their life is crazy. And they don't know why all these bad things are happening to them. Well, when you become aware of what you're sending out via your emotions and your thoughts, you become a creator. You start to shift into the reality of a creator. And you become the creator of your reality. And now, guess what? Nothing bad happens to you. All the people that you meet in the street are loving, wise, ambitious, successful. But why? Because you were aware of the principle and the law of vibration, the law of frequency and vibration. And now you're using this to your advantage, and you're being conscious of your thoughts and your emotions, therefore leading to your actions. And now your complete reality, the way it manifests, is all of what you're sending out. So I can tell you confidently that I only meet, like I said, confident, loving, harmonious, ambitious, wise people in my everyday life. Go to the gas station, that's what I run into. If I go to a jailhouse, most likely that one guy or jail member or police officer there will be of my same vibrational frequency. You see, if I go to a rehab center of crazy people, guess what? I will run into one that will be woke, that will be loving, that wants better for themselves. Because that's what I'm sending out all the time. And I'm sending out that of increasing my awareness, evolution, evolving myself as a being. And humanity itself coming to this, newer reality of being aware and power and love and light and wisdom. That's what I'm constantly thinking about. So that's what I'm constantly going to encounter. So by me giving you that example, what does that tell you? That you have that complete power. That if, let's say, anything is going on in your life that you do not like, get conscious, become aware. What are you sending out? What energy are you emitting? Also, last thing, a really common topic that a lot of people talk about is, you're hanging around with the wrong people, so that's why you're not going anywhere. Change the crowd of people you hang out with so you can become more successful. Well, you've felt someone's vibes before, quote unquote, because it's a popular term that people use. Well, that's just your being, your extrasensory abilities of actually feeling the energy of other people. And that's without any practice. So imagine what you can actually be capable of. Feeling a person's intentions, thoughts, emotions, completely open and receptive to, what they're trying to, what's their intention towards you. Become conscious of this. And see that whoever you're hanging out around with, they're sending out that energy too. So, if you're hanging around with a bunch of, miserable people, you're going to end up being that next miserable person. That's why I say, if you want to become successful, hang around with a bunch of successful people. Because all they're sending out, energetically, what you cannot perceive, that atmosphere that they're creating within themselves, that's all they're attracting, right? It's that of success, love, wealth, and abundance, and prosperity. Now, by you being, let's say, miserable but a little ambitious, Their energies are going to influence you, and they're going to bring up and they're going to change your core vibrational frequency. Therefore, you're going to become that next successful person, that next person that's completely abundant and prosperous at all times, because you made that decision. But now you're even more aware of that too. So keep that in mind. Wherever you go, whoever you're hanging out around with, what are they sending out? What are their usual thoughts? And remember, be aware of your thoughts too, because you are creating your reality. And think of all the potential that you have once you realize that everything really is energy, and that you have all, well, the majority of the power and potential to manifest all these things, and that's how it works. That's how this reality is based upon energy, and that we're all connected on an energetic level, all of us, and that even the air particles are energy too. So what does that show you? That shows you that every single thing on Earth, the complete Earth itself, is just energy. Now that's speaking of creation itself. That creation itself, the world we live in, the universe we live in, is energy. So what does that lead to? That leads to the contemplation of the Creator, right? And that shows us that this energetic being, the life we're living, this reality, is of intelligent design, right? So what does that show you? That's something very infinite, vast, beyond the physical, more spiritual than anything, has created our world. Hence the word God. The Creator. Whatever you want to call it. But guess what? That's where we're heading. That's where I'm heading. To show and convey to you so you can ground this and become aware of more of who you are. And remember, you can talk about anything in different levels. So that's my goal. One of my main goals for this YouTube channel, to help you become aware and peel all the layers and break everything down